Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let's grow this family together. Today's video, obviously, as you can see, I have a full glam. I'm honestly so obsessed with this look. I'm just gonna say that now. I haven't done this much makeup in a minute, and I haven't honestly had anywhere to go, but the holidays are right around the corner. Whatever holiday that may be that you celebrate, whether it's Hanukkah, Christmas, Ramadan, where you try to come for me. I do celebrate Ramadan, so I can say that. Anyway, so I created this look today. This is my version of a holiday full glam that is so easy to achieve. I can't even tell you. I have a total of probably 3 eyeshadows on my eyes. If you are literally in need for a makeup look, maybe you don't have a makeup artist or you're going somewhere for the holidays, obviously be safe, but I'm going to teach you how to recreate this look and be able to master it and do it in the easiest way possible and look your best. I don't even have eyelashes on, I just have mascara, but I've done some like eyeliner situation that kind of gives you that illusion, and you're just gonna love it. I've paired it with a nude lip. Honestly, just do a nude lip at all times. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, comment down below, let me know your thoughts on this look, ask me any questions if you have any. I will respond to all of you. So yeah, if you're interested in learning how I created this beautiful, elegant, full holiday glam look, then please continue to watch and learn from this video. Okay, so I went ahead and already did my eyebrows. I just kind of like don't care about my eyebrows these days. It is what it is. Like, they're not even sisters. I'm convinced they're cousins that don't even like each other at this point. One always looks better than the other. It is what it is. I just fill them in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz in the color dark brown, and then I use their clear brow gel to brush the hair up just to make it look as bushy and like hair-like as possible. Just took a little bit of concealer, any concealer that you have, and I just put it all over my eyelid, and then I took a big blending brush and I blended everything out. When I do eyeshadow, I like to do my eyes first and then my complexion after, in the case that there's any fallout, I can just wipe it off before I put anything on my face, but feel free to do it in whatever order that works for you, honestly. So I'm using a few palettes. For the first palette, I'm going to jump in with this Viseart palette. I hope I'm saying that correctly. It's a beautiful, beautiful, it says professional makeup artist palette. It just has a bunch of beautiful matte colors. They're all matte and they're really pigmented, and it's like perfect for like a smoky eye if you want to use like a black smoky, a brown smoky, even like some orange tones in there. I'm going to jump in just with a light brown shade, and I'm gonna just go ahead and do the base of my eye, kind of put it all over, and that's gonna just be the background transition color. Any big blending brush that you have and a light brown color, I'm gonna put this in the crease of my eye in circular motions and then start to bring it out to the end of basically my eyebrow like that. And you can just build this as much as you want with whatever color preference that you're comfortable with. If you wanna make it darker, you can make it darker. But I use this as a background shade, and I kind of put it everywhere in circular motions, kind of even going into like my nose area right here, and then bringing it out. Applying eyeshadow is not as scary as it may look. It really just matters having the right products, having the right brushes, and just really blending. Like, no matter how blended you think it is, just keep blending. Go again. Take a few times because it's never enough. And then that's what's just gonna give you a seamless, flawless look. You don't want harsh lines. And you just kind of build it. Don't start too heavy. Always start with a lighter color, then go a little darker, and then put something on the lid. Like, you can just play around with it. But honestly, like I've always said, do whatever looks good and whatever feels good, and if you're into it, you're into it. All right, so I'm gonna take a smaller blending brush now, and I'm going to start to focus a darker brown shade on the bottom of my eyelid and kind of smoke it out. I'm gonna make like an eyeliner illusion effect, but I'm not necessarily gonna make a sharp line. And I'm just taking a smaller blending brush like this one. This is actually by Morphe M514, one of my favorites. I'm gonna go in with a darker brown shade color. I'm just gonna focus this on the outer corner of my eye like this. You can kind of see it right there. And I'm just gonna, again, keep blending it out and then bringing it kind of in the crease a little bit right there. That's it, like no more than that. Right there. Going back in with a bigger blending brush, I'm gonna blend everything together. So all that work you just did, don't worry, nothing's gonna really overlap. just to provide a seamless finish. We're just gonna blend everything together like this, and then it should look pretty soft like that. Feel free to go in with a darker shade, even a black if you'd like, but I think this is pretty standard for me in terms of as far as I wanna take it, because I don't wanna do too much. For the eyelids now, this is the fun part. I'm gonna grab a pretty iridescent, like glitter, glowy eyeshadow, and the only one that I could find that I love, it's one of my favorites, is from the Dose of Colors palette. This is the Desi and Katy collaboration. There's one color in here that I'm obsessed with that I wish I could just buy by itself everywhere. I believe it's the color, I never know how to read these things from the back, but I believe it's the color Churro. Now, unlike any gold eyeshadow where it's more like pigmented, right? I don't want a thick pigmented gold eyeshadow. Any eyeshadow will do, but I want something more like shiny and glittery that kind of looks like it's there, but it's not, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna pick up this color with my finger, and it's so beautiful. I can't even begin to explain. I'm gonna go ahead and put this just on my eyelid. I'm gonna tap it like that. I'm literally just tapping it. And I'm not like putting too much because it's so pigmented, and a little just goes a long way like that. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more, and I'm just putting it all over my eyelid up until where we put that brown, darker brown shade, and I'm stopping it right there. But really, you can kind of put it wherever you want. Like, don't be afraid of it, and totally okay if there is fallout, but that's why we don't do our foundations first. After you apply a good amount on there, take that big blending brush again and just blend it all together. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend the back out like this. I am gonna grab a highlighter. This is by Bobbi Brown, one of my favorites. I've mentioned this before. This is in the color Moon Glow. Again, because I wanna keep it like pretty and like elegant looking, I'm just gonna grab this with a flat brush and put it right under my brow bone, because it's not too harsh. It'll just kind of like, if you turn and the light hits it, you can see it, but if staring at you, you can't really see it. So it's really just like kind of like an illusion that I'm giving, but in the right lighting, you'll see it and it'll do the job. I'm just gonna put that under my brow bone like this. Going back and just blending this out again, right under the brow bone, so there's no harsh lines. I don't want you to be able to see the brown and the gold. Like, I want everything to just complement each other and do its part. Okay, so I'm gonna grab this eye pencil by Kat Von D. It's a cake pencil. So it is a more creamier black eyeliner. So I'm not gonna put it directly on my eye, but I'm grabbing a flat angled brush. I'm just gonna apply this to the brush. So I pick it up, and then on my hand, I'm gonna just kind of like brush it off like that, just so I don't have too much product on there, because you wanna build it, right? We don't wanna go straight to a dark line. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the outer corner of my eye and just focus this on my lash line. Only focusing this again like right towards the middle of my eye with a thin line, and that's it. Nothing really more than that, because I don't want to make my eyes look smaller. The more closer I put it to the inner corner of my eyes are going to look a lot smaller. So if you want to do it all the way, if you have bigger eyes, go for it. But for me, it's just really the outer that works like this. And then I just bring it out like that. And you can even clean it up with your hands. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so I don't really put on fake eyelashes, like not lately. So, you can feel free to put some on, but I'm just gonna go ahead and coat my lashes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills mascara. This is a really, really beautiful all dark black mascara, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do a few coats, and then I'll let it dry, and then I'll go in again and do it a few more times. Okay, so that's just one coat. Really, really good mascara. I'm gonna let it sit for a second, then I'll do like one more coat. Okay, so we are mascaraed up for the most part, whatever you feel comfortable with. And now let's get to the face, my favorite part. Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna mix two. I'm gonna actually mix like a tinted moisturizer and my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which if you know me, you know is my favorite. So going in with this Laura Mercier, it's a tinted moisturizer. It's very natural looking. It's not obviously pigmented enough, so I mix it. Lately I'm just a mixer. I'm mixing everything together in terms of foundation. So I don't put on primer. If you want to put on primer, go for it. I'm just like, you know, I don't need it. I don't know. You don't need it, honestly. You might need it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of this all over my face like this, just directly on my face. I'm the only one that uses this, so it's fine. And then I like this because it's a good base and it has SPF and it just looks and feels good on the skin. But again, on a regular day, if I'm not wearing makeup and I'm just wearing this foundation, it does the job. It's a tinted moisturizer, so like it's meant for that, like to just have like all one color skin, but like you don't want to look full face cakey. But I'm just gonna mix it with my Laura Mercier. I'm sorry, not my Laura Mercier, my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, which is the goat like of all foundations. Taking a beauty blender, and I use a dry beauty blender because a wet beauty blender just makes everything look extra more shiny and dewy. If you want that, go for it. But I'm gonna mix these two together and just go ahead and blend everything on my face. I've mentioned before, this does take me a while because I like to get the foundation literally everywhere. Make sure you have no spots. It's a little harder actually when you already do your eyebrows and eyes too, because you gotta really get those little spots that you can't touch. Okay, but you can see how flawless the two combined, these two foundations look. Like it's the perfect color, it's the perfect texture, like it feels good. It doesn't feel too heavy, but it feels full coverage. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with some concealer now. I'm taking the NARS Creamy Concealer. I'm in the color Custard, and I'm just gonna go right under my eyes here. I'm just gonna put a few dots like that because a little goes a long way. And this is a great concealer if you are in the market for a new concealer. I am a fan of all concealers, but this is an OG one. It's very, very popular. Like some people put a lot more than this, but you really don't need that much. And I'm just gonna, I like to blend my under eyes first. And I love it. When I'm doing a full glam like this, I'm gonna do a bright under eye because I love that vibe. I am all for looking nice and like awake. Who doesn't want to? And then whatever is left on the beauty blender, I'm gonna just put around my mouth, my smile lines. You can put it on the bridge of your nose. You can even go in with a little bit more if you'd like to highlight your forehead and the bridge of your nose very lightly. And I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that like that. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the Makeup by Mario contour stick in the color Medium Dark. And I mentioned in my last video that I take a brush. This is a MAC brush. It's the 130 brush. I take the product and I put it directly on the brush versus drawing lines on my face. I have more control with contouring my face and warming it up with this product when I do that. And if you suck in your cheeks, you can see your cheekbone right there. You don't need to bring it all the way down. Like, it's just gonna elongate your face. So if you wanna lift your face, you wanna go higher up. You don't wanna put too much product elsewhere. And then I also put it on my forehead to warm up my forehead. Whatever's left on this brush, I'm just gonna go down the bridge of my nose. This is that contour brush that we used. And I'm gonna just draw two lines on the bridge of my nose just to give it, again, that warmed up look. Okay, so that is it in terms of cream products. So now we're gonna set everything on our face. Just taking the Laura Mercier translucent powder. This is my favorite setting powder. I'm gonna go ahead and go right under where I put that concealer, and I'm just gonna set the powder on there. I'm not gonna bake, I'm literally gonna press it into my skin so it looks like a nice smooth filter finish. And I'm not gonna brush it off. Like you're gonna see, I just took some product on here. And I'm just gonna press it into my skin like this. And I'm gonna keep pressing it until it blends. You can bring it down like that. I also get extremely oily right here around my nose, so I'm gonna press this around there as well. I'm gonna take the Anastasia medium to tan contour kit. This is like a TBT right here. I'm gonna take the lightest bronzer color. It's a gray undertone contour color, and just a fluffy blush brush. Go ahead and just put this where I put that contour. I'm gonna go in circular motions and again, just warm up my face. I'm not gonna contour too harshly. Just kind of push it into my skin like this and really bring that color back. And I'm gonna put it on my jawline. You can put it on your forehead as well. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab some blush. This is by Makeup by Mario. It's the Desert Rose blush. It's such a beautiful mauve color. I'm just gonna smile, grab a blush brush, and put it on the apples of my cheek. And you can already see how beautiful this is, just like that. And I really want my cheeks to pop. For like a holiday glam, you wanna look like you actually have nice amount of makeup on. And so I'm just gonna put it, I'm gonna smile and I'm putting it on the apples of my cheeks, literally like that. I'm gonna be honest, one blush, it's just never enough. And so Sometimes you just need more. Okay, I'm gonna also go in with the Charlotte Tilbury Intense. It's called Intense Blush. What a beautiful color. But mixed with this blush, you'll see it's gonna literally change your life. And I'm gonna bring this up. Like that. Wow. Wow. We love her. Since it is the holidays, we're going to kind of go heavy with some highlighter. All right, grab your favorite highlighter. This is mine by Amrezy. It's the Anastasia and Amrezy collaboration. This is like sold out everywhere and like $7,000 on Amazon. So wow, good for her. And just put this right here. Wow. Just kind of put it right there. I'm also going to put it down the bridge of my nose, right there on the tip. Just to go over everything because I don't want it to be too much. All right, so our face is looking good. I'm going to go back in with that first eyeshadow palette that we used, the Viseart. I really do hope I'm saying that correctly. And I'm going to go in with that first brown color that we used for the base of our eye, and I'm just going to put it under my eye right here on my bottom lash line. I'm also grabbing a darker brown and kind of like a black, and I'm gonna put this under my eye as well. I kind of want to now smoke out the bottom because I do want to intensify the look a little bit, and so I'm just gonna smoke my lower lash line. And you can put eyeliner inside your eye as well. And then I'm just gonna put some mascara on my bottom lashes. Okay, so our eyes are pretty much good. For lips, I'm literally going to just pair this with a nude lip because I have a heavy, heavy eye and I don't want to add too much to my lip and make it more dramatic than it is. So I'm just going to put Honey Love by MAC. And I just kind of like touch my lips with it. I don't put too much. And then any clear lip gloss. I'm not even putting lip liner on, honestly. Just some lip gloss to kind of set everything. And it gives it a really beautiful peachy nude finish. And that is it for my holiday tutorial. So beautiful, so glamorous. I hope you enjoyed. Happy holidays. I love you all very much. And until next time, I'll see you later.